Hey y'all, what are y'all doing on this Good Friday night? Want to be real country tonight? What are y'all up to? Every time I come on here, my throat start tripping. But when you come in the room, if you don't mind, please type in where you're tuning in from. If you're catching this on the replay, type in replay and then let me know where you're tuning in from as well. Hey Sean, hey Patricia, what's up, Booski? So I just had a few questions, but I was sitting here kind of planning my end of 2017. I was looking through some books on some goals and some things that I wanted to accomplish this year. And, as I'm preparing for 2018, because I'll try to like to stay, step or two ahead. But I saw, hey, Miss Tina, I saw some things that I really kind of did not check off my list when I know I really could have checked them off my list. Hey, Stephanie. Okay, Bellway 8, I got you. And while I'm waiting on y'all, look, when you come in the room, if you can hear me really, really good, give me some hearts or some likes. But listen, y'all, I got to tell y'all this before I really get into this. Y'all know Lufkin is in the playoffs tomorrow, New Caney, 1:30, right? So y'all see I got my purple shirt on. Lufkin is lit, baby. We ready. We ready. We going up there in droves. Lufkin, if you want to do any crime tomorrow in Lufkin, probably during game time, you'll be able to make it happen, okay? That's the best time to do it. Hey, Kendall. Hey, Miss Brenda. So just want to put that plug in there about the Panthers pack attack. I back the pack. It is what it is. It's Lufkin. What else can I do? Okay. But also, y'all, thank you. Okay, good. You guys can hear me. So let me get back to what are you waiting for? So I was sitting there looking at because I do write stuff down. I am a writer. Hey, Miss Velma, I write down things, what I want to do. I try to, split it up, and that way I can just check off as I accomplish things. Hey, Miss Ruby. So the crazy part, I looked in this one book, y'all. I did this like vision book, but it was back in, I think it said 2013. Okay, it's a lot of stuff in that book that I did not do. Okay, I wasn't meaning not to do it. It just other stuff came up, and so I just didn't do it. Hey, Miss Linda. So the crazy part, I started kind of like going back on some conversations with friends that I've had, and I've got on the phone probably these last 2 or 3 months, and several people, hey, Miss Kim, several people are upset with like where they are in life. They are, kind of discouraged, thinking that I thought I would be way further. Hey, Superman, what's going on with you? Thought they would be way further along in life than they really are. Don't like their job, don't like the relationship they in, all kind of crazy stuff. Everybody is just kind of sitting around upset or, not happy, but they're just sitting there still, right? So then I start thinking, okay, so being that we all can change everything for the most part, you can kind of make some adjustments to make some changes. Why do we just sit and settle? So if you can give me a couple of, maybe give me your number one reason why you think people settle, put that in the comments. But okay, so some common things that I know people stay in versus, kind of making a change. Okay, I wrote them down, y'all. I know I've talked to like 10 people that saying they want to go back to school, but it's always a but. They're waiting on their baby to graduate school. They're waiting on, to get through this promotion at their job. They're waiting on income tax time so they can pay for the classes. They're always waiting on something. Some people say they don't like their job. They're waiting on changing their jobs because they want to go back to school so that when they, they want to stay in that same career path. So then they just kind of, oh, I'm going to wait till I finish school, then I'll apply for another job. I know I got a couple of people on here that says that they want to write a book or write books, and they have the content like written out, all that good stuff, and it's just sitting up. Like I would, hey, Sufficient, I would say one person's name, but she'll probably be mad at me because I have talked to her for years about getting her books out, but I'm not. I'm going to tell it. My sister, Shalonda, she has binders, y'all, of books, short stories, poems, and she has never put them out, never looked into getting them published, or maybe looked a little bit, but didn't follow through. So I'm going to call her out. I'm going to make sure she get that done in 2018. Of course, you always have the people like with relationship situation. They don't like it, but they stay. You have people talk about Well, I'm doing it for the kids, and just all kind of reasons. They, stay. Like I've heard a lot of the men say they stay for the kids. I've heard a lot of women say, well, I'm gonna go back to school first, so when when we finally break up, I can take care of myself. All that good little stuff. But I don't really know how good that is, especially like when you have most of the time, the people that are in the relationships, they're saying they don't want to stay because one of the other people are cheating. Somebody is cheating. Either the male is cheating or the woman is cheating. So you have kids that's sitting around that's looking at them not seeing their daddy on the weekends. They just see him Monday through Friday because on the weekends he with SZA and her people. And then you have, the females kind of just introducing a new uncle every other year, to the kids, and the kids kind of looking like, well, I didn't see him at the family reunion. You're like, that ain't my Uncle Tommy. No, no, no. Okay, so it's like you wonder, why do people stay in the situation? Like, what are you waiting for? What is this? What is this sign? What are we looking for? What are we waiting on? What are we trying to figure out? Okay, hey, Miss Allison, the familiar is comfortable. That is very true. But the crazy part, so that means we just settle, we remain complacent to stay in something that we know demeans our value or whatever. I mean, so we just gonna stay? Like, why? So, like, for me, I will, kind of pray on a situation, but I don't just pray and wait. I mean, because I can't sit still for long. So my thing is, if I prayed and I start moving in that direction, I feel like, they say faith without works is dead. I got to be moving in the direction that I wanted to go, because that desire has to come from somewhere. It just didn't pop into my head on my own. It came from somewhere. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, you did. Now you said something, Allison. We know the devil in front of us, but we are afraid of the devil we don't know. Hey, Miss Shirley. For a lot of couples, it's a business. Yes, it is. But then what kind of but the problem I have about that, which I get it, because it is like a marriage is a business. But the problem I have with it, that a lot of us forget that kids are watching. So when you grow up, think about it. All these relationships are going in the same circle, dysfunctional, because they've seen mama, cheat on daddy, and daddy just sat there and paid the bills, and he figured, I'm a man, so I'm gonna pay all the bills, but didn't care. Kids are seeing that. Your daughters, your sons are seeing dysfunctional people grow up, and that's who they emulate. Who You're their role model. So you mature people can move on and still handle business and raise healthy kids. You got to show some value, some respect, some morals, because if you don't, guess what? The same kid that you stayed in the business decision for, you're going to have to comfort that kid later, because she going to go for a man that was just like, what she saw. She going to be the woman just like the woman she saw. So I get it, but I don't get it. I mean, I understand the fact that people say about that. Hey, Miss Tasha, I'm glad Otis is doing better. But it's just like, people don't realize that doesn't help. It really does not. It does not help. I've had so many people, because then they have to sit through the arguments. They have to sit through the cussing. You get mad and you start calling her something. She gets mad and start calling you something. She want to start hitting on you or whatever. And they see that and they think that's normal. All because they were together. Nah, it's a better way. To me, it's a better way. I mean, but to each his own, because we are adults. So everybody can do what they want to do on that. But to me, there's no way in my life ever that I would stay with anybody and that does not treat me right, or that I'm not, treating right, or all that kind of stuff, and let my daughter sit there and see that. Because, kids are way smarter than we think. Kids just don't say a lot, because if they see you yelling and hollering at mama, or mama hollering and yelling at you, they know you gonna holler at them. So they ain't finna because then you gonna start staying in the child's place. All that little stuff that we say to them, but technically most of the time they are very correct, because they just straight to the point. They blunt. They don't know no other way to say it. They don't know how to sugarcoat it. So they don't say nothing at all for fear of getting in trouble. And so it doesn't, to me, in the long run, it doesn't do any good. That's just my opinion on it. That's exactly why I filed for, yes. Okay. To me, that's a smart decision. I'm not saying just jump up and leave. I'm saying it can be planned. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can just say, hey, because you can give them the plan, so to speak. Now, if they don't accept the plan, they're an adult. That's on them. But to stay, a lot of times, especially when it's not healthy, that's not good, because they just take it with them. And I am, y'all, I'm running up on 10 minutes, and I wanted it to be short. To be honest, I really did want it to be short. But I'm really wondering, why do we stay in situations like that? Like, or why do we stay at a job that we know we don't like, or a job that we know we can't really move up in? Like, it's only, it's only 2 steps in your job, and after that, for the rest of your life, basically you stuck at this job, at this cap, at this pay, or you got to go find another company, and move on to something else to increase your income. That right there is crazy. Like, I came to the realization early in my nursing career. I was 3 years in. So I was a nurse since 1999. So like 2001, 2002, I knew that there's no way I'm going to retire as a nurse. Nope, nope, nope. I knew that, because the politics of it is so crazy. Like, I mean, retarded crazy. And so you really can't even take care of people the way you're taught to in school, because the company got to save some money. The company got to do that. You can't do what you are trained to do. So now here you go. What did I go to school for? It's just a lot of stuff. And so I've always been that kind of person. I'm going to do something, I'm going to have a plan B. That's me. Hey, Miss Alex. Hey, Carrie. Hey, Miss Sherry. Hey, Patrick. Hey, Dwayne. I'm going to always have a plan B. I mean, so I'm going to do something on the side. I may be doing, it's just how I was wired. Oh, Miss Allison, come on, baby. But I was just wired that way. I kind of grew up with my grandmother, and she never worked for anyone from the time that I could see. So that's something she instilled in me, and that's something that I struggle with, because you have like the old school parents that say, go get a job, go to school, get your education, get a job, retire there. And then I had my grandmother that was saying, okay, yeah, you can go to school, get your education, get a job, but you make that like a pit stop. You get there, you learn what you need to learn, and you move that on so you can start your own, because at the end of the day, they can let you go whenever they get ready. That I've heard that from like 5 or 6 years old. So it's hard for me to go at a job. I'm never comfortable at a job for long. Hey, Miss Tammy. So that's really what I wanted to discuss with you guys when I'm asking, what are you waiting for? And I really kind of wanted to know, like, what do you think it'll take for you to get over that waiting period? It's 2 things, and I'm going to leave y'all with this. First, you have to admit that there's some type of block or fear or something that's holding you back. You have to know and admit that, and you got to find out what that is. That's number 1. Hey, Miss Yolanda. Number 2, once you know what that is, you got to address it. You got to face that fear. You got to knock that, you got to like buck up, nook if you buck. You got to do whatever you got to do to knock that down so that you can keep moving forward. Because if you don't, you're going to stay right where you at. You're going to stay miserable, complacent, settling, working check to check, whatever the case may be, unhappy. You're going to stay that way until you address and face that fear, okay? Hey, Miss JaVale. Who else? Somebody else, I think, up here. Oh, no, I spoke to everybody. Okay, guys, that's all I really wanted. I really wanted to jump on and just give you something really, really quick to think about. And also make a point. It's December. We have 30 days left in 2017, right? So if you're not a person that writes down your goals, grab your phone, get on the memo, and write like 5 things that you want to accomplish in 2018. But make one of them something that you start doing right here today. One thing is really easy to do. Where people always say, "Oh, I'm gonna wait till January to start losing weight." Nope, you can do that tonight. I mean, tomorrow, whatever. You can get in your room, do some push-ups, sit-ups, whatever. But you can start on that today. You don't have to wait till January and go in the gym where everybody's full, and you don't have to do that. You can do that today. It's several other things that was very easy for me to say, okay, because I know it's just easy to do. But make a point to really work on and make a step towards your goal. Big girl draws are necessary for this. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You got to put your big girl panties on and make it happen. Dudes, get out the tighty whities, put your boxers on, give yourself a little room, and hey, make it happen. So as always, guys, I want to thank you for tuning in. And I also want to challenge you, if you will, if you got any value from this video, share it with your friends, tag them. And then the second thing I would love for you to do, comment what is the one thing that you're going to work on starting this month, not 2018. I'm talking about December 1st, December 2nd, 2017. Tell me one thing that you're going to work on that'll help your 2018 be better. Okay, as always, thank you guys for tuning in. I will be back for real Sunday. I'm not gonna be live tomorrow about nothing unless it's Lufkin Panthers and New Caney football game, all that good stuff. Okay, but I will be on Sunday evening doing my live rap party. So join me for that if you don't mind. I will put a time on like an hour or so before, so you will know. And with that, guys, I'm gonna tell you have a good Friday night, and I will chat with you guys soon. Okay, bye.